mean, the hero is just generally good. Like, you're never going to feel bad about having Darkseer, but it is not like some insane Darkseer lineup, that's for sure.
Getting into game one, we had another little twist. This one is also very interesting, very fitting for the game. Mirana took Solar Flare, where I really don't like this ability. I think Moonlight Shadow just gives you way too much utility, but Solar Flare with Meepo does sound pretty crazy, right? Increased attack speed and damage on all the Meepos. That is going to be. I mean, chances are a fight is probably if Meepo's hitting you for 2 or 3 seconds, Meepo is probably already winning that fight. But now it's going to have a much bigger effect. So that'll be interesting to see the Meepos just crush the gyrocopter at some point in time, thanks to a little bit of help there from Solar Flare.
Yeah, that's a nice little cheesy combo. I mean, you also got to remember you can get the evasion on that spell as well. So, like, every Meepo getting 80 attack speed, 80 damage, and 20% evasion for like 10 seconds past the maximum, it sounds pretty absurd.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, we are
a strong ball. I'll give him that.
Yeah. We are going to get 3 bounty runes over to 4 amigos, so good start for them there. Already beating nouns.
There you go. Underdogs for what? Monkeys forever. Come into play today. I think these lanes should be pretty even, to be honest. I don't see nouns losing the safe lane, but I also don't see them punishing monkeys forever. And I think mid is kind of a wash lane. I think Storm maybe wins this a little, but honestly, it's hard to punish this Void Spirit without having a cheese hero, I think. His base damage scales so fast with extra stats and everything. This hero can have close to, I think, 90 damage at least, like level 3 to 4. Just ridiculously hard to out-CS this guy, and it's going to be a tough match for Copy, but First Blood does go to Yuma. Just runs down the Dark Willow level 1. An arrow landed, and that's all it took. Okay, little net arrow combination. I mean, that is not a kill that should happen, but Nouns will gladly take it here. First Blood for the Meepo. Not too shabby. Also just pulling for... Trying to pull. This is an awkward lane. I mean, what do you do with the Rubik Darks? This is this is one of those lanes that are just like no synergy. You can just try and push and pull, I guess, get as much XP for the Rubik as possible. We have seen Lelis do a decent amount of stacking as well. So this is a hero he can stack with, maybe prepare, especially that hard camp for the Meepo or the Storm. That would be super juicy here. If you don't feel like you want to play the lane, that's the direction I'd go. Push it in, pull big camp, stack the other big camp, and then you're just gonna ramp the XP as fast as possible. That sounds pretty juicy.
They are winning in CS in all 3 lanes, doing pretty well. I mean, it's not like they're absolutely crushing it or anything, but they are winning by a small little margin on all the lanes. Seems like the mid matchup is going all right for RCY.
I mean, I think this is a lane he goes even in at worst, honestly. I just don't see Void losing his lanes. Stats are too good, man.
Did you talk about the fact that Night Stalker went Blinding Void as opposed to the nighttime daytime swap that I feel like I've seen every single pro player take, even though the win rate for Blinding Void is extremely high.
Yeah, I don't like that other facet, by the way. I don't think it's good enough to justify a facet pick on a hero. Like, I'm not saying this one's better, but I think that one is very underwhelming to me. Because, okay, sure, your first 5 minutes are good, but honestly, I don't think Night Stalker's problem was the first 5 minutes of the lane. Like, unless you get cheese counterpicked, but which in case you're probably screwed anyway. Like, because the issue I had with that other facet is we saw a lot of these NSs. They lane 5 minutes, they have a great laning phase, and then you're level 4 or level 4.5. And what do you do during that, like, daytime period? you can't do anything, and you can't pressure in the first knight anyway. I feel like I'd rather have the knight at the 5 to 10, honestly. I don't know. I feel like maybe you just have to play the hero a lot more, but I'd kind of lean towards that. So if this facet does anything useful,
well, it definitely can do. It's an extra 200 damage if you find a hero solo, right? Because it does 50 damage a second. It lasts for 4 seconds. So at nighttime, if you find a hero solo, the Void will do an extra 200 damage, which is insane by itself. But there's also a pretty interesting potential mechanic here, which is that well, I suppose the meepo. Yeah, I was like, if he finds a meepo by itself, is there any benefit to that? Because the meepo will just be able to poof to it, and I'm sure they'll still be able to target. You know, he's targeting his own unit. So.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it's just like
Unless
they stop sharing vision with allies. Obviously, you are your own hero, so. Arrow lands off the ensnare. Monkey's going to be slowed down by the blood grenade as well. They're going to hop after him, see if they can finish him off. He has to pop the fairy fire. They're going to dive tower to get the kill. And they do indeed get it. Roseanne has to actually Shadow Realm. Throws it out, tries to finish off flying. Does manage to get it, but now the poofs are going to come in from Yuma. Easily tanking the tower and gets the double.
Meanwhile, Lelis with his own double top with double courier snipe. So a lot of extra team gold going in Noun's pocket here, finding the kills, and the meepo is just, he is so far, man. 3-0 start, including first blood. Zero's just so strong on lane with the early divided we stand at level 3. It's like, where is your window to shut this hero down? His armor is so damn high. His hero's 10 armor already. You can't trade with him with like the little Geo Strike. Such an obnoxious hero, honestly. It will hit nighttime though, so maybe they can start to ramp up the pressure down here. And overall, I mean, the lane's not going too bad here. It's mostly even. Gyro's still having a pretty good time top. I mean, again, this just wasn't a pressure lane for Nouns here. They're just trying to get what they get out of it. And Wallace is getting a little bit of those stacks up. Looking for the 6-minute power rune. He'll not get it, so it'll go to RCY here. Big rune pickup for him.
See what he's able to do with an illusion rune. Feel like there's probably not too much the Dispel does in this situation, but tried to hit the Bramble, misses. And hard kill to get anyway. Albino Zebra is watching Yuma farm down here. Again, very hard kill to get, but you will have a level 5 Night Stalker with the Dark Willow coming in. One of the Meepos is separated from the others, so they can easily chain stun this one Meepo.
They have to kind of go soon, though.
Yeah, they're going to miss their
Yuma's
chance.
Just out of here. So you do kick this Meepo out of lane, but again, it's not a hero that cares too much.
Oh, Fly's making a break for
Wisdom rune.
He tried. Used the one leap charge that he had to be able to cut, but Roseanne's already in place to get the wisdom rune, so no steal here.
Well, everybody continues to farm here. I don't think Nouns are too sad about it. Their lineup just wants to power up to that mid game where they can start to take the fights with the Storm Initiation, build up the Galvanized stacks. They're going to be really happy if Copy snowballs here. They have a lot of mana to put behind them too. Early Arcane Boots for Gunner. Could get another, you're going to get another Arcanes on the Rubik. I don't think you got a third on the Marana, or you are getting a third on the Marana. So yeah, they're just going to spam the Arcane Boots, I think is always nice with this hero. And just juice them up in the fight.
Sure.
It's going to be a lot to play with.
Not too much going on in this game, though. Seems pretty chill in that both teams are willing to just farm up. I mean, you've got a Gyro on one side, Night Stalker who doesn't have level 6, so that is the one thing about the other timing is that you say you want to get stuff done in 5 to 10 minutes, but I feel like half of that first nighttime is spent just trying to get level 6, you know? RCY has to make a jump away, that they do manage to get that kill. Roseanne is going to be the one stuck here, though, so they will trade out supports. Not too big of a deal. Dark Ascension is going to be put to use here in the bottom lane. They have Albino Zebra to make sure there's no TP away from the Meepo. They managed to get that one kill. They're going to trade out, but this time around the trade is well worth it. Support for Quarren. Copy's actually in trouble here. Copy does not have much mana to work with. He's going to make one zip, but obviously the Night Stalker is going to keep it going. Easily gets that kill. Now Fly's going to come in. This could be back-to-back deaths for Fly, as he has one leap, cannot get far enough away from the Astral Step, which is going to slow him down. Monkeys Forever just gracefully gives the kill to one of his other cores, doesn't snipe it, so Double King will be the recipient of that one. Great rotation by Double King through the portal to start that off, and great use of the first Dark Ascension for Night Stalker.
This is why I'm not sold on that other facet, dude. Because I think this type of game flow for him is so much better. Like, now he's level 7 at 9 minutes because he got that one fight where, like, he had Night into Dark Ascension into some Night afterwards. And he just feels way better about it. Oh, it's interesting. I will say, though, that was really unlucky for Copy. He had an amp damage in there, and he got disarmed by the small kobold creep. For 3 seconds. I was like, what the hell disarmed him? It was just stupid kobold that ran over.
Copy going for the kill on a Bino Zebra here, and will have the mana to get it. Will he have the mana to get out? He's silenced here. Roseanne doesn't have much to give, but the jump in from the Void Spirit will help do the additional damage that they need. And this is really racking up. Hell, they could have had a shot at killing Fly there as well. Leapak, no more leap charges. So Monkeys Forever, considering it was nighttime with level 3 Void, with Blinding Void, he could have done a lot of damage there.
I mean, they're just punishing the fact that Lelis's game is, you know, not slow, but a little greedy here. He's getting the stacks up. He was farming mid. We'll get his level 6, so now he can maybe join some of those fights a bit more. But there's not a lot of early setup for this Rubik Mirana to play in those types of open areas. Like, you have a Vortex, but that's about it. And again, if the Storm has to go into Vortex and he just gets silenced, that fight's difficult right now for now. They rather this game go deeper into the mid game. Whereas this Void Spirit, he's ready to fight. This Gyro's ready to fight. This Night Stalker, he has done some work right now. Monkeys he's owning this game, man. He's gonna have a fast phylactery here.
Yeah, he is.
And he has Dark Ascension back up during this daytime, so he's in a good spot to counteract a Storm gank, which now they're smoking Copy top. If you dive deep here, this Night Stalker TP's Ascensions, that is a tough fight, honestly. You don't have the damage to bring him down right now, so this is Nouns believing in the power of the Darkseer having this early mech.
Albino Zebra will end up taking the gank for the Gyrocopter, so no need for a counter rotation from the Night Stalker if you're just going to lose a support.
Yeah, he's not going to TP unless this fight goes past a tower or the Storm uses all his mana. So pick off and a tower push from Gunner will yield that objective. Meanwhile, the Meepo is far in the map and already level 10, Diffusal up, going towards that Ags. So Yuma, he can join some fights too here if he really wants to. Still having a pretty solid game. All these cores on Nouns, pretty high level. Phylactery done for the Night Stalker. So honestly, this is a pretty big deal because normally I feel like this item in the games we've been seeing, it gets delayed, man. Like, it comes out slow. When you get it this fast, you just go fight. Could be pretty powerful. And they're going to smoke him straight mid here.
It's a hard fight to force around a tier 1 tower with a Darkseer, but the Darkseer, if he drifts too far away from the tower, maybe that is a pickoff. They're going to pop the Dark Ascension. He's going to be stunned during his surge here, so this is very good. They're easily going to be able to get that kill, and now they're going to go for Copy as well. Got a grab on him, not good enough. They'll go after Fly next with the Dark Ascension still up. He has a Void, and that'll take him out. Damn. So much damage if you get hit by the early Phylactery level 4 Void with Blinding. That is gonna do heavy damage. Holy crap.
Yeah, it ends up being like a 600 damage nuke or something, man. That's
yeah,
kind of insane. So that'll be Dark Ascension out. They're gonna man up for this tower. This is a little greedy though. The Meepo wants to fight this.
You got terrorized.
No nighttime?
If things start looking a little bad. Drop the gyro ults. We're going to see that in a play.
Stolen ult though. That's a nasty one.
That is a nasty one. Lelis. Oh. What a hit from him. That's going to give them the extra kill in the Gyrocopter. And Fly has one more leap to go. They're going to grab him inside of the cons. Maybe not quite what they wanted, though. They have to back out with Copy. Coming back in with plenty of mana to go. They're just going to rip apart for Amigos. It was all going so well, too, but this fight was just not it.
I mean, that was an unwarranted stay for sure, right? Like, there's no way you're just hitting this tower with daytime, everybody respawning, a meepo that you know is the most farmed hero in this game. That was gifting Nouns a good fight there, and you just lost all your momentum, lost your mid tower, huge amount of levels into the meepo, and man, that stolen call down was not the spell you wanted to give away there. I think it procced on 4 heroes, maybe?
Yeah.
Just a ridiculous amount of value here for Lelis. And you have that bonus AoE, yeah. He did 4,000 damage that fight.
Yeah, that was...
How does a Rubik do 4,000 damage in 12 minutes? It's like almost impossible. You couldn't do it if you went in demo lobby with like Black Hole.
Well, it's call down secondary strike, I guess, is a two-edged sword. That is unfortunate for four amigos. I thought it was just going to be a simple terrorize. Maybe they lose the Ninth Stalker, but I thought they were just going to terrorize and back out. Instead, they got wiped.
I mean, Roseanne Bedlam the NS, which I think was just not the right call. Because I agree, if you terrorize there, maybe you get 1 or 2 more heroes out. But of course, when you throw that, your ult's locked in. So now it's taking commanding control of this game now during that daytime interval. Will hit night again here. So you have an opportunity to try and retake something on the map, but damn, you threw away a lot. And it's tough when you throw away those leads versus Meepo, because, I mean, he just takes over everything. And that Ags is, I believe it's done? Yeah.
I also think it's really bad for Night Stalker, because when you're ahead, yeah, I think it's easy to play Knights and just stay grouped up. But, you know, if you're behind, you feel like you need to split up more in order to get back in the game, which leads to those free pickoffs for the Night Stalker. This sort of game, Nouns could just hold their lead just by playing on their side of the map, playing under towers, and playing grouped up.
You also just don't jungle that fast on this hero. This hero's pretty slow in the jungle, so you want to be fighting. And if you're behind, you can't find those fights as often, then the hero just loses so much. Like all these time periods, Monkeys right now, he's running around trying to find a fight. They're smoking down mid. It feels a little forced, but they don't really have a choice because Monkeys doesn't want to go hit jungle here. I don't think they're too pressured, like, ultimately in the ultra late scale-wise, but again, you're not going to be happy in this next 5 minutes if you don't find that fight, because Meepo is just going to clear the map, and your NS is going to be, you know, killing 1 or 2 creeps here or there. Just not an even battle.
Spreading out, trying to find a kill somewhere around the map, but they are desperate. They just full on fan out anything you can find. They found absolutely nothing. Nouns is just sitting behind their mid tower. Everybody's in a spot where if they do get gone on, they could very easily connect to.
Radiant are scanning.
Did you just Roche here? What are we doing?
I don't know. Spending a lot of time on the corner of the map.
I mean, Nouns can also just fight into you with this level 15 on you. He is ridiculously high level. He already has his evasion talent. He's just a monster. Yeah, they're going to do it. They're just going to smoke straight in. This is an Invis RCY here. Kind of obnoxious if he pops. Yeah, that's a weird one for now.
They have vision of him, but he gets away.
Oh, random sentry. Damn, that random sentry almost screwed him big time. That was...
Yeah.
Oh, look at a gunner here. Steal a centaur.
Okay.
It sends a message right there.
Yeah. The message being
Not a
that
very
Monkeys Forever is poor and really needs gold.
Yeah. But it's still a message, so you got that going. Unfortunately, you didn't do Roche, so you're going to lose Roche.
Losing Roche with the Night Stalker with all 5 heroes up during nighttime. That doesn't seem right.
I'm going to try and contest this, but it's nowhere close. You will get the fight afterwards if you're confident to take that, but I don't know if you are. 2 lives on this Meepo? Level 15? I don't know, man. The game's just slipping away. Another smoke gank for Amigos. Does not look like it's going to land unless they really want to force this fight. Skirmish farm. They're chilling. So they're gonna let Yuma dictate when this next skirmish happens. At least Double King stealing some stacks. It's not too bad.
Yeah, he's got to get back because he had some stacks stolen away from him earlier. After they lost that team fight, so. Monkeys forever, searching, does find it.
Got a good target.
Yeah, they're going to go for Gunner here. It's going to be a little bit of a hard kill. Takes a little bit to get there, but they finally do. And Laylas gets jumped, not only hit by the Gyrocopter ultimate there, but also jumped by the Void Spirit. The Terrorize goes down, pushes back the Meepo, who was controlling of the Void Spirit. A good Terrorize this time around. Monkeys Forever goes in for the kill and gets it. Nice use of the Blink Dagger 2 times in that fight by Monkeys Forever to catch the back line, particularly behind a Albino Zebra, who in too deep gets caught by the Meepo. But great team fight, good exchange for the Amigos.
Yeah, they're very happy with that. Brought everybody to that fight. Got a 2-for-1. Got the Darkseer. Didn't give the Meepo the exact exchange he was looking for with the 2 lives on the Aegis. So, not a bad little skirmish there. Got the Night Stalker some extra gold. You don't have to think about this Storm BKB. That's going to be pretty strong because you don't really have anything for it in this game. I feel like Nouns know it. Copy knows it. He's just going second item BKB here. And that is a big pickoff. As Meepo just solo killed your carry.
Yeah, he is rough. Fully online with the Axe Scepter and Disperser, so he can hunt you down. It's very hard to kill him. And it's also daytime for a good window of time here. Roseanne just dead. Didn't have Shadow Realm. So on cooldown for a little bit, and Copy had a regen rune, so he was willing to make that kind of dive. Things looking very grim now for poor Amigos.
I just don't know what you do about this Storm BKB. It removes all the control you have for him, guarantees that initiation and teamfight for Nouns. You still have this Meepo running rampant, level 18 now. Stats are just through the roof. I think you need the BKB Gyro for sure. You need this Ag's Void Spirit, but this Ag's Void Spirit's also not going to do well into the Storm BKB. Tough situation. I mean, this is the type of game Meepo puts you in, where if you mess up a little, he just racks up the net worth lead, and then suddenly it's really hard to teamfight him. And you can still go ultra late here and beat the Meepo there, but your opportunity to do that is just so limited because he puts his team in such a strong position. Everybody on Nouns is getting so much farm because of how the Meepo's controlling the map. You just can't find these good fights to pull yourself back. Right now, 4 Amigos struggling to find those openings as Yuma cleans everything up. His Aegis is out. They look for him bottom.
Missed the jump there, but this Meepo being left alone. Very... What a misplay.
Yeah. Oh, you had...
Yeah, you were clicked on the wrong Meepo. So he's going to finish up the Tormentor, but I mean, still, give it up the Aegis like that for free. A little unnecessary. Monkeys Forever, though, he did have to use Dark Ascension for that to make sure they actually got the kill, and it's not going to be finding anything else for it. So Nouns are going to be extremely strong for the next 90 seconds. Daytime, no Dark Ascension. They know there's no way that 4 Amigos are possibly going to fight back.
They're just so close to the big items. That's the problem here. Like, you're close to this BKB Gyro, you're close to the Ag's Void Spirit. It's pretty tempting to finish them up before you take that fight, especially with the BKB already done on the Storm Spirit. But Nouns, they know they have their timing right now. And yeah, 70 seconds, no Dark Ascension. Can you get through this period if you're 4 Amigos? Can you farm the map, get your items, get that next NSO?
Night Stalker. No way out of the net. They're not gonna have BKB for a while. I mean, Monkeys went back and bought his shard to kind of speed up his farming speed. You said that's one of the downsides of Night Stalker, just really bad neutrals. So the shard usually helps with that. RCY just uses Manta to hit the mid tower, which means he had no dispel to stop the chain and snare. He'll get the mid tier 1 tower, but lose his life in the process.
Level 21 on this Meepo. He's basically a level a minute here. Yeah, this hero's getting banned next game, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate demoralizer in the meta right now. You lose to Meepo, you're not losing to it again because it's not going to be in the next draft.
You know, I guess in some ways, you know how he used the Manta and it kills it. If he finished off his Aghanim Scepter, if he times the Resonant Pulse, he should always be able to get away from Meepo by himself. Because he would just chain silence him to a point where the ensnare runs off.
Yeah, but how are you killing him? It's the...
Well, you got to focus on survival first, you know?
I feel like surviving versus Meepo is not that good. Like, I feel like killing Meepo is what you're supposed to be doing.
Isn't
you're
that
just
what
surviving.
Secret just survived against Meepo for a really long time.
I mean, ultra late, yeah. Like, if you go ultra late, you can always beat this hero because at some point his damage falls off of it. But
yeah, so
right now we're in the period where he's continuing to ramp up, and he is closing on that double your enemy carry net worth point, which is pretty terrifying. This is where he just ends the game. The question is, can you deal with him right now? You know, surviving him right now does not matter because he's going to take your base. You have to be able to kill him right now. That's going to be the tough ask here of the four amigos. But they will smoke out. It is nighttime. They have the BKB Gyro. They have the Ag's Void Spirit. It's as good as it gets right here. They even have a high ground ward. Does not see the enemy.
A lot of AoE silences. If they can go on something that's not Storm Spirit, Storm's running into them right now. They don't want to break their smoke on him. If you're gonna go back for the Storm, I mean, there's just...
He has BKB, though.
I mean, maybe they just think they're gonna get the BKB out of him.
You have to, like, hook shot him in the
other side of the map. It's a haste rune, man. They're trying to, like, blind terrorize him to get a chain stun out of this. This is not good. Gonna run after him, force him to use the BKB. I'm not even sure if he's gonna have to because the haste rune, yeah. He doesn't even have to use BKB. So they're gonna have to TP back. Four amigos are in a position where they can poke at the high ground if they want. Just see if they can get four amigos to come back.
Sounds eyeing this mid. Would be happy to just jump somebody here right outside the four amigos base, get a fight there. They're just gonna rax them if they win that. But Storm's not with them, so a little hesitant. They're just going to maybe wait for the next Roche. They have Gem and BKB on Gunner as well, so they're just dewarding everything. Second BKB out for Nouns just shores up a lot of the team fight. They have all the other ores. Drums, Pipe, Mech, double 4 staff already online. A lot to disengage. Keep the Meepos alive, but get the supports out from the NS and the Void Spirit as well.
Nice dissimulate. Quick reaction from RCY to get away from the vacuum into Earthbind combo. Not what I anticipated seeing.
Just gonna push the other lanes. I mean, can you go high ground here if you're Nouns? Feels kind of throwy, but you do have the Meepo. And if four amigos aren't really going to do anything about it, I don't know. It's kind of tempting me here, but I doubt they will just because you got to be thinking about this next Roche. Poke it at least. Okay, he's just getting a lot of damage here. This is... You got a glyph. That was valuable.
Didn't even use Solar Flare yet.
Oh, we're checking Wisdom Rune. Albino Zebra got scanned here.
Yuma's gonna jump on it. And he gets the Void Spirit. They're gonna jump on the Meepo. The team is teleporting in fast, so they know four amigos. They cannot stick around. They're gonna TP out RCY. He makes it out. Monkeys will be fine as he has a lot of mobility. Blink Dagger, Ogre Sealed Totem.
Well, he got the rune. But Fly took theirs, so not that good a trade. Roche is up. Ryan, the gyro mid. Double King got his TP canceled.
TP'd right in front of Copy. So he gets that canceled. He's gonna probably have to use his BKB here, and even then, he's still in potentially some trouble here as the meepos are gonna get it thrown at him, slowing him down. The BKB wears out, now he's dead. Night Stalker tried to go for the back line. Monkeys Forever finds that all of Nouns are here and ready to fight back. And the question of when and how are they going to be able to break high ground becomes apparent. They get it through a pick off on the gyrocopter.
Just play the map well enough and the option will appear. It's just double king. A little too far up mid, gets run down. Can't really escape this lineup once they start chasing you, and the net worth and the aura is just starting to build up here. Didn't get those early fights you were looking for on this Four Amigos lineup. You're not going to farm the map as fast. You're not going to contest the Roshan. And now these auras are just making the team fight hell.
Their eyes into an attempt to jump here. They're trying to isolate one of these meepos. It's not going very well, though. And the Storm's here to isolate a support. Kills him. Now Double King, who doesn't have these BKB still, is going to be chain earthbound to a spot. Roseanne comes back. Buyback into a dieback. Can't even get the Shadow Realm back up. And to make things worse, it's daytime. So it's on.
Hey, look at the barrage. Oh, they really got a rampage, but I mean, that barrage is pretty cool at the end. Unfortunately, Meepo has extra magic resist, so when your only real AoE is the spell damage, it just feels bad. I mean, they got Meepo. Let's be honest here, Austin. They're underdogs. They honestly played that first 10 likely to. Then it does make the Meepo even scarier if Gunnar has a good game on it here. Because then you're just thinking about this Meepo and 2 rolls, and that just becomes more annoying.
Now, one part of that build, misclick.
Nicely done.
XD. Uh-oh. Did Gunnar actually misclick? Well, either way. One part of the Darkseer build, though, is Crimson Guard. And that was one of the items that got buffed up. It is now more applicable to probably this hero specifically, is the hero that actually gets the most value out of Crimson Guard. So now it's based off of HP rather than strength. So all of these universal offlaners can now build Crimson Guard and feel good about it. And pretty much any hero that goes Bloodstone, Octarine, any of those like items that are based out of Vitality Booster or Point Booster, Crimson Guard is a lot stronger with as well. Which starts.
Wait, he actually misclicked
those items. So.
Wait, this is actually just a misclick, like straight up.
I mean, that's what it seems like.
Oh my god! How do you misclick Meepo, dude?
Oh.
I thought this was like some next level psyops for the tournament. Like, oh, we're gonna. No, they just. Now I'm questioning, like, can Gunnar actually. I've seen Gunnar play Meepo before, but
Yes.
he's definitely not anywhere near as good. But I don't know if Yuma wants to be playing Darkseer. He just has like he has mech queued up. I think this was genuinely a misclick, and I think if this was like an important game, they might not be laughing about it, but might get away with it here, I guess, depending on how good Gunnar's Meepo is. They could also just get owned if he can't play the hero, and it's not the easiest Meepo game if your micro isn't really on point.
Yeah. So where I was going with it, by the way, is the Crimson Guard thing, is that Crimson Guard versus Gyrocopter. And now that Crimson Guard got buffed up, right, I feel like this item is kind of legit now, and surely Gyrocopter's got to be one of the heroes that it's a good pickup for, right?
Oh, 100%. Crimson destroys certain carries into it. They just can't play into it. Gyro is kind of one of them. The worst is Troll, for sure. That hero just does nothing in the Crimson Guard at all. So if we see that item come back in the meta, and teams actually remember the matchups, yeah, you're going to decimate some of these weak base attack agi carries that just can't punch through it. You just do 0 damage, completely takes it.
It was crazy. I played a Centaur game against Troll, and I built Crimson Guard, and I had like 200 damage block. He literally did nothing.
Yeah, the
I
hero
would just
can't
pop
play
Crimson Guard, and he would do no damage. It was awful because Centaur gets like the bonus HP the longer the game goes, right? So it's like he's not just a strength hero, but he's also an HP hero. So it was like doubly good. Oh my god, it was such a fun game.
I mean, you're definitely going Crimson on Centaur in a lot of these late games. Like, when you have 5 or 6,000 HP, there is no way that is not insanely broken in late game fights, right? Yeah, because it's one thing to have it on you, but it's another when you're pumping this Crimson out on like some random backline support, and suddenly he can just block 200 or 300 damage of any hit.
Yep.
It's like it's super imbo, right? You have to dispel it basically. That's not necessarily easy for a lot of these agi carries going in. Or is it still? Is it non-dispellable still? I actually don't even remember.
No, I'm fairly certain it's dispellable. Dispellable, yes.
Yeah. All right. I know it was being debated for a bit, but I guess it never got through. Too broken if it's undispellable, I guess. So I guess Troll has some viability with like an Ag's Axis or something, but yeah, something like Gyro, right? We're discussing Gyro in this game. Like, what the hell does Gyro do versus that item? He can't ever dispel it on his own. He needs help. Yuma running down. Roseanne will get the first blood. Carry Darkseer.
Yeah.
On the board.
He just punches you. He's got double gauntlets of strength, so out of that, he's getting an additional 7 intelligence. Out of that 7 out of all of his intelligence, he's getting an extra 16 attack speed. This comboing of stats is pretty crazy on Darkseer. Makes this hero farm super fast.
Yeah, he's a beast in the jungle. Ghost pushes the waves with shells, and he beats your ass with his fists. Zero does some work.
And he's a universal hero, so his damage is going to scale up pretty decently, despite the fact that you don't really think of him as a right clicker. So
dodge out the cogs and get a freebie. Plus 16 here. Yuma accelerating. Unstoppable force despite the misclick. Did take the double jump on the Pango.
Yep.
So I guess there's enough value in this game. Could be pretty cool in the fight. You can actually land him on a bunch of heroes, just get some massive shield.
All right, now he's absorbing 270 damage, so he'll be okay to swashbuckle away.
And that new range
he's missing out. It's terrible. Oh, it's so so bad.
Like, is this hero playable actually? I don't know.
I did not feel like it was playable the last time I played.
Yeah, I don't think
Pango. Swashbuckle.
I mean, thank God.
Too terrible.
I'm not arguing against it. I'm very happy this hero is not playable. I'll tell you that much. But I think every support hero in the entire game of Dota 2 and probably a lot of mids rejoice this hero is dead. But since we are seeing it here, I guess the question is, how dead is he? I feel like he's pretty dead. Another pretty even laning phase. These 4 amigos have not just gotten rolled in these games. We've seen some of these other series. Got that going for them. Even getting some stacks up for the Tide Hunter. So Monkey's not doing too bad for himself. Once again on the lane. Bonds are going to get some extra creeps down bottom for the gyro. And they're making the most out of this laning phase.
Yep.
Even up in net worth, doing pretty well. And Gunner is not having a good time down there, honestly. He's not farming well. It's been like half trying to stack this big camp, but I don't know if his micro's just bad or like the timings are off. It's looking rough for him though. And they're going to get the gank on Copy. That's a big one. Before the level 6 on the Timber. Just found it off the spam, dude.
Yeah, very nice.
Damn.
Which means RCY still has his ultimate available. Doesn't have the mana for it right now, but we'll see if he gets the 6-minute rune. And they need this Pango to do well because they are a lineup that is going to scale decently with kills, right? They have the Black Grimoire for the Warlock. And so if he can be a part of any kills, boom, bonus experience. But then also the Tide Hunter gets the extra damage block. If he is part of the kills, right? He gets an extra damage block on the Kraken Shell with this facet, which would add up a lot against the Meepo. Now, Monkeys Forever is probably going to get run down here. Looks like Gunner does manage to find a kill in the jungle there. They just caught up by Zebra by himself. Monkeys Forever is going to be good, though. He gets away from the Darks here and pulls the wave along with him.
Still very even here, looking for the 7-minute wisdom runes and still looking for a bunch of stacks. Both teams are trying to stack up the triangle because they definitely have heroes that want to go clear it. potentially even these mids. Trying to get as big as possible here, as fast as possible. Bottle refill out mid will also get a D ward for Albino Zebra. Nice XP for him. But Yuma going for the steal here. Is anybody going to stop him? You can't let him do this to you.
Roseanne's gonna be too late. Cogs push him away, hit him with the cog. No.
The
He
slow
did his
from
best.
the wall, dude.
But the slow was just
Yuma
enough,
die here
and now
too?
Roseanne's gonna die as well. So Yuma gets big experience out of this one. Okay, maybe he doesn't try and run him down, and maybe
Didn't
just
serve
focus
you.
on survival instead. The cogs, he's throwing out cogs at you, trying to get in front of him. Okay, Yuma's gonna be stuck. Roseanne goes back and dies.
Why?
But at least they get the kill.
Maybe he thought he was going to TP out. Wanted to make sure they get the stun. I mean, not the biggest deal, but Yuma getting away with murder. Quite literally. Gets that rune, gets everything. The other one also went to Lelis, so double wisdom runes for nouns. Huge win for them in an early game that probably wasn't going as well as they wanted it to. And you got Gunner on this Meepo, so I don't know what that means for later on, but I guess it's not what they would have wanted.
Aiming a rune. Ooh, shield rune for a timber saw. That is unfortunate. Roseanne needs to be careful here. This timber saw is not that easy to kill. Fortunately, he's going to be stunned up quite a bit. Nope, he gets the timber chain off before the rolling thunder hits him. So Roseanne still dies, and RCY is making a break for it here. Gunner is not going to get an Earthbind, but he'll take this little hard cam stack.
I mean, that's where you can curse your rune luck right there. That is maybe the only rune copy survives with there.
Yeah.
I guess he maybe gets a haste, but still, the stacks continue, so he's going to go do those. Continue to accelerate. The Ancient's going to continue to get pumped up. Monkey's doing his stacks as well, so both teams going back to the triangles here. Trying to get their cores in as good a position as possible.
Is Tidehunter stacks going to be as impactful as a timber saw with stacks?
No, definitely not. Especially when Timber's snowballing, he's top net worth in this game right now.
Yeah.
There's just a hero that does way more with it, especially in the early game. What did Monkeys take? You took the Crack and Swell.
Yeah. The other one is, well, it kills your landing phase too much, I think. Roseanne caught inside the enemy jungle is going to be run down like a dog.
Four viewers just want some XP right now. There's 2 Grimoire charges.
Yeah,
So in theory, this Warlock's pretty close to 6.
he is 6.
Or does he just have it? Oh, he just has it. Damn,
If he
250
wanted.
each.
Yeah, you start off with 1 charge too. So he has been a part of 1 kill and can get an extra 500 experience.
This is pretty strong.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, this was one of the hero's biggest weaknesses, is like getting XP in the early game and competitive. Because in pubs, you can always get experience on Warlock in pubs because people just die randomly and like the laning's not as difficult. But in competitive, it's generally pretty hard, honestly, because you're not allowed to pull as much. Like people are really good about stopping your pulling and using that small camp and these types of things. And then they're not going to feed on lane as much to Warlock because he doesn't have that much kill threat. He just has resource wear, so as long as you're good about your management, it's pretty hard to die to the hero.
Sure.
And then you just end up being really low XP. So the fact he has this mechanism is... Maybe we'll see some more Warlock in actual competitive gameplay. Could be cool.
Yeah. It's also a hero that I think you struggle to get 6, but you also struggle to get 8, right? Where you want maxed out, or 9 rather, you want maxed out Upheaval and Fatal Bonds as early as possible. Those abilities are like very teamfight impactful, but a lot of times you're sitting on level 2 or 3 of them because you can't get experience anyway, like you're saying. So Fusel Blade done for the Meepo. Gunner is 1 part online. They're gonna smoke up on Copy and Laylas and go for the gyrocopter. We'll see whether or not 4 Amigos is going to be fast enough to react to this. As once again, Double King is doing pretty well on farm. Like he has done a good job of getting all these last hits. Has a Chrysalis already, so he hits pretty hard.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And once again, he makes a pretty good read that it is not time to stick around in this lane any longer. As the other side helps us this tower.
Towers get exchanged, ancient camps get exchanged. Game is dead even. Pretty much across the board. See a little hook shot
Nice
mid and a
kill.
quick little kill. Yeah, ooh. And amp damage rune for RCY here. Really strong rune. See if they want to try and collapse mid with that power rune on the Pango and get a fight out of it. Would be pretty tempting.
Nice supply. Almost dying there to Poppy's damage. In fact, has to swashbuckle away. He has to use Rolling Thunder to stay alive. That's how close it was. Is anybody going to help him out here? Copy's in pretty deep, right next to the tower. He's going to try and get to the ledge here to see if he can get bumped back to the other side of the tower. Sucked back in by the Cogs, though. Good play from Roseanne to catch him there.
Nice.
Albino Zebra threatens the golem, but doesn't end up needing to drop it. Gets a third Grimoire stack and a fourth stack for Kraken Shell as well.
Yeah, not too shabby. Guess that he had the 3 points in the Kraken for it, so actually got a decent amount.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So that was his second stack.
Yep.
Resulting in 4 block. I got you.
So it rewards you a little bit more for going more into the shell early.
Yeah.
I mean, if you win a team fight with like max in that, you get like 4, I guess 16, 20 extra block in a fight.
Yeah.
That's pretty good value, man. And then you throw some Crimson for your team later on. Everybody's just unkillable, man.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with it is it's not just being around kills. You have to they have to die while Anchor Smash is on them. That's pretty hard to hit everybody with Anchor Smash, but it's possible.
You've never seen my Tide Hunter, I'll tell you that much.
You're right.
And
I
you've
have never seen your
Monkey's
Tide Hunter, and I hope I never have.
By the way, is Echo Saber for the Pango? It's pretty interesting. I haven't seen this build in a long time.
Big burst, Roseanne just trying to set up a Rolling Thunder here. They're going to drop the Golem, obtaining the stun with the Rolling Thunder. It's doing a lot here to Copy. They just need more damage, but of course, their damage is the Pango. So if Pango's in Rolling Thunder, they don't really have a whole lot left, and now he's going to get run down by the very hero he was trying to kill. Copy comes back with a vengeance.
It's just so tanky, man. This Eternal Shroud buildup is damn hard to punch through. And of course, you had some extra heal there from the Darkseer mech. Second Gunner comes in there, that fight is over. You've already used all your Warlock spells. This Pango just doesn't have enough to get the job done, and because he didn't go Diffusal, he's not burning out the Timber's mana either. Tough fight without some extra lockdown since the clock dies first. You don't have Ravage there either. Ravage will be up now. The Monkeys, if they want to try and do something with it, but feels like they need a bit more. They need a situation where the Gyro can sort of join those exchanges and offer up the extra damage. These heroes are tanky, man. That Eternal Shroud is done for the Timber, so
Yikes.
this is a good Eternal Shroud game. I mean, I don't think there are bad ones, but this is like the dream. Just all magic damage.
Time to farm more stacks. Because they are going to be hard-pressed to win a team fight if Copy's sitting in front. But they're going to go for it. They're going to try and push this tower a little bit. Double King's going to join him with his fresh Aghanim Scepter. And now the Darkseer starts making his way across. Level 12 Timbersaw. They take the tower, though, before Nouns really has a response. They're actually going to jump Copy here. Could not get the Cogs pushback, though. This makes things awkward. They're going to be diving deep into a tier 2. They have Fatal Bonds on all of these heroes, though. This is a very good Fatal Bonds. It's going to lead it to some kills for sure. Yuma and Fly are both going to die. Laylas gets low, as does Copy. They both have to go back to the top.
Yeah, that was a nasty Bonds right there. I saw the power of it. These others were melting, no dispels up yet. Don't have that Greaves on the Darkseer or anything to get rid of it. Fly just died to the Bond's takeout. Look at that damage number.
And as
That's
a
the team
result,
fight.
he's level 9 without using the Black Grimoire. So all this talk about
Still 5
the
charges.
Grimoire being used to get you to level 6 or get you to maxed out of these basic abilities, my man's holding it to get to level 20 or something.
I mean, it's got to be level 12, my guess.
Yeah.
That might be a little greedy, but I feel like popping it here is not necessarily bad either if you take the extra Bonds talent, because you are picking this hero for Bonds in this game, so
Sure.
it's not bad to have an extra 4% across all the meepos or whatever. Level 4 Upheaval Stolen is worth noting here. Pretty good spell for Lulz to have, especially with some extra AoE, and the fact that they're going to force Roche. This Upheaval on the Rubik could actually make this contest pretty difficult if Lulz can just sit somewhere and channel it.
But thankfully, they left the pit. They do not
there's a
stand
lot
in
of
front of
AoE.
it. Gunner backs out, and
You
they're
do
going to go
this.
back to doing it themselves.
100% you do this, because there's no way you should be afraid of a 5v5 fight around a Trump day. So last game they did not get this road. This time they will actually get it here. I mean, I will say this Gunner Meepo has so far not been as scary.
No. But maybe you just gotta get them a little time to cook, you know?
Radiant's
That's
middle
true.
tower
That's true.
Trying to remember how to play this hero. He thought
He's
he didn't
warming
have
up
to play it
the
anymore now
hotkeys.
that he's an offlaner instead of a mid.
That's right. Surprise.
Dire
Still not entirely convinced this was a misclick, but it probably was.
radiant structures are fortified.
Nonetheless.
Clockwork almost has an orchid.
Yeah, not a bad item in this game. Only downside is you're adding another item that can get dispelled here. You already have to be thinking about, like, the fact nouns want to get rid of this fatal bonds in these team fights. So that part I dislike, but it is very good against the lineup.
Ooh.
True. They might put
Copy
the
pops
Aegis
out and
for free.
almost one-shots Double King's Aegis. Go back for Monkeys Forever, committed to take the tier 2 tower, and Earthbind is gonna actually, yeah, the hit from Fly finishes off the Aegis. Now, the Orchid did come into play, and that'll end up killing the Marauder, but
Monkey's
on a
just
second
dumb.
life, can Double King survive here? RCY hits him with a double jump. They have Rolling Thunder if he can get it
There's
off
a big
fatal
bonds.
bonds, and they can do the damage. They are destroying them now. Look at Copy. His HP, he just got demolished as the fatal bonds on all the Meepos plus the Timber Saw. He got destroyed by Meepo.
Dude, those flak hits, everybody was bonds, and every hit's just... It's like you're getting triple flak out instantly.
Yeah.
That is what this lineup is designed to do. And now you have Ags on the Pango. Your Gyro just got so much out of that fight. The Grimoire has been popped. For Amigos, they got something cooking here.
Yeah, they did.
They got something cooking. That Orchid just killed Fly as well. Just solo killed him straight up. Again, this is not an easy Meepo game. Like, you cannot dispel the bonds on all the Meepos. So you have to choose when you go in. You have to choose when you Mega Meepo, these types of things. This fight starts pretty well for them. Monkeys just mans up for this tower and then ends up just dying. Basically doesn't get to do anything in this fight. Like, this should be a good opening for nouns, but
What
not
happened to
respecting
the Mega
Warlock.
Meepo?
Yeah, that's the big question here. He still had it right at this point.
Mega Meepo, he
trying to
goes
poof.
for poofs. Why?
Okay, you gotta mega me. You gotta mega like the second that bonds comes out
Yeah.
to get rid of the extra units and everything.
Yuma wouldn't have made that mistake.
Maybe not. Maybe not. You joke, but it might be true.
I wasn't joking. I legit. I think Yuma's Meepo is very good. I think he's one of the best Meepos
I mean, yeah,
in the world.
he's-
So
He's a level 30. Like,
yeah,
I don't think there's any world in which you don't want him on that hero on this team. All right, now I mean, this goes to game 3 because they misclicked. That's the opposite of what you wanted to have happen. You gotta pick Meepo a third time and then not screw it up.
maybe. Oh, four amigos. They have the Ags on the Pango with an extra shield crash barrier. He went the 15 talent there as well. So he is going to get 3,000 HP barrier or something crazy, which will be interesting. Again, I feel like maybe it's a little unnecessary. Monk is Forever also has the Dead in Water. So he can apply the anchor to the Meepo, to the Mirana. There's definitely some heroes that are going to be limited by that immobility.
Yeah, it's pretty good on the Dark Suit too, honestly. It's just a good anchor game. I don't know, man. It feels like Nouns might be in trouble here. I don't think they can actually take the 5-on-5. You have one Dispel and the Greaves on the Darkseer, but that's it? You still have nothing.
How does Surge versus Dead in the Water work? Because one ability forces your movement speed to 100. The other ability forces your movement speed to max. So which one wins?
I assume Anchor wins. But I guess I didn't think about that. I'm not sure. I thought Anchor wins. Because, like, or...
I didn't think it did. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Like, if you anchor Bloodseeker, doesn't it slow him down? I don't know.
Yeah, but Bloodseeker isn't forced max movement speed. Like
yeah, I guess, but...
Smoke across. Smoke that we saw four amigos get into this kind of
Surge
situation.
You can't. Yeah, you cannot be slowed with Surge. It's like a sub ability.
Yeah.
So that one I think doesn't.
So the smoke is going to pop into Fly. They'll get that pick off. Not too bad, but not what they were looking for. They're going to quickly go to the other side of the map. RCY finds his channeling interrupted by his illusion rune popping. That's okay. Get to the other side of the map here. And Roseanne is going to be spotted. Nearly vacuumed in. The team is not too far away. If Roseanne can just trade a little bit of time, there goes the Ravage. Catching all of these heroes, and now they're rolling Thunder on through all of them. Are they going to have enough damage to be able to get through this mech pipe, though? Bouncing back
coming.
and forth. It's not too easy. Now the Warlock's here. Hits him with the Golems. Where's the Fatal Bonds, though? Didn't manage to get the Fatal Bonds off. Got a stun onto the Darkseer, though, off the missile, and RCY is still chasing after the Meepo. Gunner in trouble, starts mega Meepoing. One of the Meepos left behind, though. Poofs up. He gives it the Disperser to try and get it away. He's going to hide the Meepo over the side. They're both going to jump forward, but they're going to jump the Meepo that's leading the charge, and the weak Meepos follow suit. Fly, he's going to be chased after underneath the tier 3 tower, but great fight into the tier 3 too. I mean, this is just a dream engagement for four amigos.
Didn't even need the bonds for it too.
No.
That's the scary part. They just beat you straight up with this Pangolier going in. Crushing them in terms of the damage and the sustain.
The stolen upheaval is a
See
problem.
why not
They
done.
need to stop it. They need to stop this stolen upheaval, and that's why they jump in. They get him. Rana's going to be leashed by Dead in the Water, and the fly cannon shots are coming in. Not quite enough to kill him. It was a close call. Yuma has to pop the Greaves and the pipe to make sure that he stays alive. But that means it's on cooldown with the Meepos coming back up in 2 seconds. Barracks are dying fast. It's going to be ranged. Going to commit for the melee. See if they get out. Yuma vacuum in. Hog is trying to keep Nouns back, and yeah, they get a full lane to barracks and back out. Four amigos. Crushing it now. 11,000 net worth lead, and they could set up for Roshan on top of it. You see Mookies Forever's already scribbling that. He knows the script. One objective to another.
I mean, this is a very different game than that game one. It's a lot of it is the difference in the Meepo, but it does feel like they have a lot more answers to it, and this Bonds it's obnoxious here, man. It is really annoying for this hero when you have so much AoE damage. It makes all your spell damage scale a lot better here.
Yeah, it makes that secondary strikes from the gyrocopter do more. It makes the flat cannon do more. It makes it harder for your team right? Winter Wyvern is an answer to the Meepo itself. Meepo just kills itself. But his Fatal Bonds, it hits all the Meepos, but then it also hits like another hero or two. And that hero or two is going to be in big trouble. Look shot coming in,
nice
trying
arrow.
to protect the Gyrocopter, trying to save him from that arrow, but a great Ravage, catching all these Meepos, plus the Rubik in the backlines there, but the Rubik stole the Ravage. He's trying to get away with it right now. He has to pop it and try and TP away. He will get out. So stolen Ravage will be his for a little while longer on cooldown for a little over 2 minutes, but he'll get that spell back to base.
Did Gunner get Yules there? He mega meepoed. He got the spell off, but it never assembled, I guess. There was a Yules that came through, a bunch of stun interrupt. That's interesting, actually. Really nice counterplay there. I mean, he might have just been dead regardless, but again, a team fight that just doesn't seem like nouns can enter into the fight. And we're talking about the difference between like this Warlock Wyvern. The thing about Wyvern versus Meepo is I think it's actually easier to answer because if you ult him, you can do things like E-Blade that Meepo, Wind Waker him, disrupt, like you might have a save on the team, whatever. This Bonds is really annoying because if you don't get the Mega Meepo off, like you said, it just starts killing everybody. You can't dispel it on all the heroes. So I feel like nouns really have to play around it. Like you have to either find this Warlock or not enter the fight with the Meepo first, but then who's actually dealing the damage? Is this Timber a big enough threat right now? I don't think he is.
Yeah, he was once upon a time. Not so much anymore, though.
There's a lot of like mini stun interrupt for him. There's also a lot of like there's this Mage Slayer magic reduction. Monkeys lands it on him. He's pretty tanky now, has an Eternal Shroud and Cloak of Flames of his own. So this Timber is like kind of the only one doing damage. And I don't think he does enough fast enough. All of a sudden, 4 Amigos, they got an Aegis, they got a Daedalus on their gyro. They're looking to maybe push another lane here. Coming alive in this game too. Scotty done for the Pangolier. Do have a Ravage on the Rubik up in 30.
This Pango's getting crazy tanky.
You have to go for some back Ravage play here. Like that's your only. This Pango's way too big.
Got 12 seconds till the Ravage back up. But Leyless, he's been spotted by RCY.
No.
Gets killed instantly by the level 20 Pangolier with a shield crash. It's doing big damage now. And he's going to hop around Monkeys forever. He's blown his own Ravage. They're going to get the Fatal Bonds with the Golem on out. The Meepos are being controlled up right now. Where's the Mega Meepo? It finally pops it. But some of the damage is already done. The Darkseer is dead. They turn back. Okay, wow, that was a fast death on the Pango, but the Timbersong's going to be traded out for it, and Gunner's Mega Meepo is only going to last so long here. He has to use that extra movement speed. He didn't get out. He didn't use the Disperser to run away fast enough. The upheaval is holding him in, but they're just going to call it. They just call GG, and 4 Amigos will even out the series.
Dude, they do not look bad at all in this BO3. Monkey's having a laugh right now. I mean, the dispels for nouns are going to be a big deal. They can get them up on their heroes. And playing around that Bond's a bit better than they did last game. It should be easier for them, but still looking fairly tough. A lot of team fight on this 4 Amigos lineup. Do not want to underestimate them in a game 3 here and have something go wrong.
Smoke breaks on each other, though I'm not sure if Leyless... That's actually good for him, because now I think they think, oh, he warded, which he did indeed. He just did it, like 10, 15 seconds early because he's a Weaver and Shukuchi'd out to lane. Another advantage, another little advantage of the Weaver as a support hero. But the rest of the smoke from nouns is at a very interesting spot. They ran down the safe lane. I guess hoping to catch like the 3 and 4 position, pushing out and getting one of those either high ground wards or some sort of bounty rune ward. Are they going to loop all the way around up into the triangle? They're going to try. They run into Roseanne in the process. Okay, miss God's Rebuke. Not a great start, but they hit the hook. And that's the important part here. Avalanche is going to get used, but do they have anything? Yuma's going to go for it. Power shot to land. He's got the kill.
cost him some HP. Definitely worth it. First blood for the Wind Ranger. Not a bad start for them. Off the back of a little hook. And he'll regen back up. I actually like defending your safe lane against double melee offlane. I think it's an underrated start because double melee offlane either wants some deep ward for courier sniping, or they want to start that lane by getting behind your tower and like blocking your wave, something like this, right?
Yeah.
So if you as a team go and defend against the double melee offlane, you just force them to play the lane straight up when the lane meets. It's kind of the worst outcome for them. And I think it's something we don't see a lot of teams do. And then you see these starts and these double melee offlanes get away with something cheeky on the first wave, or some deep courier killing ward, or like, you know, the Jinku Monkey King, right? If you just put them in a position where they have to play the 2-on-2, they're usually not as happy. So I actually don't mind
nice
that
start
play
there from
conception.
Copy. He's like, and he still has that high ground ward. Four Amigos did not actually search for it with the sentry, look for the wrong spot. And he just straight up just like, okay, but you're gonna body block the wave, just I'm gonna hook you right away.
If you're landing hooks in this matchup too, it's really nice. But, I mean, you're just looking at the base damage difference mid. This is why this matchup sucks. 4-2 versus 1-0 already. You can't contest it at all as a buck. You're already down 30 base damage. Like, good luck, my friend RCY. You're gonna need it here. Very tough matchup.
Well,
You can also he's also hooking the big camp, so he's getting bonus XP. It's just, man, what a tough matchup. Puck has a lot of tough matchups, for sure. That's the downside of picking this hero blind.
the one good thing is that it starts off with him pushing the wave into the tower. So if it bounces back and forth between tower aggro, then that's the best case scenario, right? It's easier to outlast hit your own tower than outlast hit a Pudge who's trying to deny on you.
For sure. You also have to think about the water runes on Slain. Like, both mid heroes can orb or hook with some of these water runes, but sometimes you get caught trying to go for it, and it gets that like weird situation. So very interesting lane mid. I expect these Silings to go mostly even again. Just a bunch of lane shoving lanes. You might see this Warlock die top though. I think this is a scary lane for Albino Zebra to be up super far in.
Yeah.
Just, you get to Kuchin on with Bug and like some Spear lands, you're dead.
Yeah, again, Weaver is like a pretty unique hero in that regard. It's probably one of the best heroes to play like away from its core hero. And so he's just gonna constantly be kind of like behind you all the time. Monkeys Forever trying to make a run for it. One last hit though from the Wind Ranger will do the damage necessary.
It's also a very strong combination of a lane for Mounts. Sustain into Wind Ranger, who had First Blood and Double Bracer already up. Just so much stats to try and get through for a double melee off lane. Another reason securing that lane early for Nouns was very logical here. And they're winning the lanes pretty hard. They have three favorable lane setups, I want to say. I mean, this gyro lane can be a wash, but Warlock pushes it in. Weaver was never going to give the Warlock a camp here. So Mars is going to free farm. I don't feel like Four Amigos are too happy in any of these lanes. They just kind of got to get through them and look for the team fight. Noun's going to try and take advantage of this early lead to outfarm them. Copy just shoving in mid. Still free farming here, but RCY will farm into the tower.
Monkeys Forever is just getting... They did all of this prep work, cutting down all the trees, and the Tree and Protector is still a nuisance with Windlace and level 2 Leech Seed. There's no way that double melee heroes can really fight back against Tree and Protector. So
No. Tree is basically the king of the melee on melee trades early.
they're going to go for a kill on Monkeys Forever again. They at least pressure him. They do manage to get the kill on Double King in the top lane, while the bottom water rune was secured while Monkeys Forever was being gone on Roseanne. He rotated over to secure that one. So,
Man, I thought it was going to be the Warlock going down top, but They end up just manning up on the gyro, and it works out. Huge kill pickup for them. A lot of extra gold for Lullis, who's working towards that urn. Nouns crushing this laning phase right now. Again,
Roseanne just use Avalanche to try and secure a last hit on a flag bearer creep. But the random Harpy Stormcrafter used Chain Lightning to last hit it instead.
I mean, those things are devious. They'll outlast hit you. Gotta watch out for them.
That's so unlucky, man. RCY finds that even his neutral camps, he cannot get farm for free. Yes, everything comes the hard way, it seems, on this mid lane matchup, as Lelis came over to kind of interrupt him there. Finally does manage to get his level 6, though. Hit by the hook. Copy, can he get the dismember? He does, and the damage is just enough.
Perfectly executed. Might even just secure him the 6-minute power rune straight up. Might get a bunch of tower damage here, too. That's a big timing of a kill. Pudge hooks you in, and sometimes you just don't see it coming. He's still free farming that mid lane, plus neutral creeps on top of that kill. As a Bonds comes through bottom, but there's no Brewalt here, so not much follow-up threat.
Yeah. Albino Zebra, I think he knows that he's just going to keep feeding the lane if he stays there. So he makes this rotation, then he goes back, he stacks. I assume he'll probably stick around for the Wisdom Rune. It does mean Double King is just going to have to find farm in the jungle somewhere, which is going to be difficult. And they're practically tri-laning, but still losing heroes. These lanes are going absolutely atrociously.
Our support duo just doesn't have enough presence right now. Weaver, Tree are vastly outfighting these two. And
There's
Double
the arena.
King is
Double King
dead again.
Yeah, they're rotating in. Roseanne's trying to save him. Okay, he's actually alive for now. Lelis is the one to almost die here. In fact, if they could get damage on the Mars, maybe he would die, but won't be able to get enough in time.
Man, the puck even came up here, but could not find anything on that turnaround. Amp damage rune on RCY as well, so he's really strong if he can find the connection, as monkeys can't lose this rune, my friend. Oh my god, he
fails to outclick Fly. Nouns immediately give the tips over to their captain for stealing away the Wisdom Rune.
Dude, he's level 3, man.
Yeah.
How do you play this game?
I don't know.
Like, what does he do?
Has Monkeys Forever has played a lot of Brewmaster. You can see from the fact he's a Grandmaster tier, this guy is a Brewmaster spammer. Has he ever played a lane that is this bad? In all of his many games as Brewmaster, has he ever experienced this? Does he know what to do to come back from this kind of position? Jump onto Gunner here. Rotation with an amp damage rune for RCY makes it look easy.
I can tell you he has, because he's played against me in pubs, so I've put him in worse spots than this. I guarantee you that much. I guess it was good practice for this moment. But this is a rough spot. Very rough spot.
RCY misses out on the other power rune. That one goes to Copy. It's an invis rune. He does know about it, though, thanks to the ward that we have in position.
Yeah, this Eternal Shroud is just going to be so fast here. So much extra net worth. Free farm lane, plus a kill, plus that big camp just getting farmed with hook off cooldown. Already level 9.5. Just cruising towards that Shroud, and there's not much answer to it. So much of your lineup is just predicated on magic damage. Make the move top with that invis. Should be free setup on a hero here. And
got him on the hook.
Boom.
Easy peasy. The hook doesn't need to do much damage. Once you're in range of the Pudge, you are screwed. And they're going to run down the Albino Zebra Warlock underneath tower as well. Copy he's getting to full tank territory. He's got maxed out Ron. He's going to have maxed out Meat Shield soon. He's got a little extra strength. And we'll see which one he takes here, the armor or the Rod Slow. I assume he's so far ahead, Rod Slow is going to feel a lot better. But
Yeah, I don't even know if the armor is like too good this game, but armor on Pudge is always tempting. Still, Nouns in probably the best position they've been in this series in the early. Just dominating these lanes through and through. Monkey's just so far behind, man. He is really going to need some crazy ulti early on in this game to get the earn charges, to get the comeback. The supports also desperately need experience here. That double wisdom rune steal.
Oh, we're gonna use the overgrowth to set up the hook. Dismember again. Avalanche comes in, but he has nowhere to run to. The rot. Who is gonna take him out alongside the urn that Leos already has, and now they're gonna run down Roseanne. It's more and more flesh atop the heap that is Pudge, level 10 now.
He's out of control, dude.
Monkey's forever gonna get run down as well. Yuma, I mean, that is easy. He's got focus fire, and Brewmaster doesn't have ultimate. It's free.
Now just running the map right now. Kill after kill. There's not much to stop him. Just too much experience. Missing on the side of 4 amigos, and it's turning into the food trough out here.
RCY just used his orb. This is not going to be an easy getaway. He gets pinned. That's another kill.
At least he didn't get the flesh heap. I mean, I guess you.
How did he not get the flesh heap, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well. Keeps him at 8 strength, I guess.
Well, that shroud is basically done. An 11-minute Eternal Shroud phase boots here. I wish for Amigos the best of luck. Because it's looking rough out here in this game 3.
Oh, they have no wards that are staying up. They're all getting dewarded. Nothing is going right for the Amigos.
Do have the Brewmaster ulti. They have Warlock ulti. You have a little 4 tiny, so yeah, time to smoke and pray you get something going here.
I guess, I mean, they don't even have a coil up yet. Successful scan reads that there's a bunch of heroes behind the gyro, and Brewmasters show themselves on this tower. So presumably Nouns are just gonna play away from this area. Farm mid, top, and jungle all at the same time. Maybe Fly gets caught though. Got him on the avalanche, toss back into the neutral camp. Fly will try and slow down the death for as long as possible, but he is definitely going to be killed here. 12-2 now. 7,000 net worth lead for Nouns, but they do lose their 5 position here.
Yeah, get the farmer stacks too. Fly doing a bit of scouting, but since he goes down, unable to contest this, at least set some extra XP going their way. And the vessel done for the brew, a bit more damage.
Yuma dodged the avalanche.
More gold into his pocket. He'll say thank you. That was more efficient than a neutral creep. Appreciate the donation.
He's gonna have a really fast fight. RCY. Oh, Gunner whiffs the spear there. RCY stopped to attack the bug instead of running forward, and Gunner completely misreads the spear. There is a bug. He tips Laylas. That is indeed a bug.
There's a snag in your plans.
Aha!
I don't think so.
A pattern repeats.
I think 4 Amigos better hope that there is a bug. Somehow this game switches Gunner's hero. A delayed misclick again, because it's looking rough out here.
I'm saying. Don't know what that means. All right. Monkeys Forever is back. Punch has 126 last hits. He's got 8,333, let's say, for symmetry purposes. Net worth at 13 minutes. That is a farmed ass punch. Goddamn.
Yeah. I mean, this is how you take advantage of that puck matchup. He just can't stop you doing what you want. And what he's doing is killing creeps, and now he's killing heroes.
Oh, got off the primal split, but I don't think he can even get away. Okay, he used the dispel to get rid of the overgrowth to get the fire panda away. Okay, the fire panda died. Now he's gonna come back to the earth panda, and nobody's gonna be around to save him. He is gonna die to the copy pudge. The man grows stronger and stronger. The flesh heap grows. And the bow, no, the wisdom rune gets taken away.
Dude.
This man, Fly won't leave him alone. He's gonna dive the tower. Disgusting. The Weaver gets tossed into the tier 2. Who cares? It's a Weaver. He's gonna root out Roseanne from those trees. They're gonna make an easy dive to get one more kill. Spirit Vessel charges are racking up. The Flesh Heap stacks are racking up. There is nothing going good for the amigos.
Outside of that gunner kill mid, no. They have not found much in this game, and that was, they just blew all their ults during that last few minutes as well, so they're all on cooldown right now. Need to dodge a fight for the next minute. There's not much to dodge in terms of space. All just has to be monkeys pushing in bottom lane again. I guess the upside for them is nouns probably aren't going to accelerate the objectives too fast here, I want to say. Their lineup's kind of just a killer lineup. They don't really want to do Roche or like push tier 2s or anything, so can keep farming sides of the map here if you're 4 amigos. And maybe take some fights around your towers if nouns overextend. Probably your best bet to come back in this game.
Nice phase shift, RCY. Good reactions as Gutter attempts to throw a long-range spear for a pickoff. Some deep wards going down, though, from Lilith. Just one more thing the Weaver gives you. He doesn't give you stuns, but he gives you a lot of interesting things that other supports could not give you.
Courier kills, deep vision, backline jump, early vessel. There's a lot of value in this hero right now.
Overgrowth.
2-man overgrowth.
Used defensively here. Look goes out. Roseanne in trouble. The Weaver almost getting that kill right away. They do manage to get the kill on the Weaver and turn the spear onto Double King. Turns into a chain stun, though, as Copy just casually strolls in after the hook to claim another kill.
Monkey's just bailed on that. It's like, yeah, good luck, brother. I'll let you fight the pudge. I'm out of here. Save my ult for a better time.
Who is fighting the pudge and when?
Nobody on this lineup. Maybe in game 4.
Well, they are pretty terrible about doing Roche, but they do have Weaver Wind Rangers, so nouns could try and force it just because they're so far ahead. I think they might be doing that.
Could do it now. Yeah, it's not super efficient, but it's efficient enough.
Yeah, break the Lincolns, get focus fire on him, and with the pudge, as long as you take his attention away from the bugs just rack up a bunch of minus armor.
I think you'd want to have it on the pudge here, but to be honest, I don't know if he's killable anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't think he would die.
Yeah, I don't think he can die anymore. Just have to split push this map, make it go late here before amigos get to more scaling on the 3 cores. Radiant, BKBs, Parasma, these sort of late game items, and you have some actual damage to try and bring this man down.
You saw Roshan going down, and they're like, oh, maybe we can go mid, since obviously some of nouns aren't here, but
well,
it's a
you're
pudge.
going mid now.
And Copy is the one to hit the hook.
He has a haste. He's about to get a shield rune. What is this?
He's gonna beat all these heroes. No! Shield rune. Gets picked up by RCY. They throw the
Dude, this is
coil
so
on Copy,
sad.
but again, can't really kill him. Nice arena, catching several heroes here. They throw in the golem and the ultimate here from Gyrocopter. This is resulting in a decent amount of damage, but no flat-handed shots. He gets hooked in. They have anything to help him from this Pudge, though. The Pudge is the problem, not the Mars, who they do manage to kill. Now they're going to push the Pudge in a little bit deeper with the Brewlings all hitting him, and the Fatal Bonds are out as well. Maybe they could turn into something with the Fatal Bonds. It's just...
Okay, never mind.
They're not
Get the
doing
hell
any
out.
damage. Oh my god. Literally no damage.
I mean, the thing that damaged the Pudge there was the vessel, but when the Brews and the Brewlings, you can't vessel them again.
Yeah.
And they didn't bonds before the upheaval. I think Albino Zebra just messed that up, because you need bonds at this. Like, there's no way you can play that entire fight without bonds going out first. It goes out at the very end, and by then it's not good enough. Not enough damage to the tank. Early game was way too rough. Pudge outlasts all of you. Now he has an Ags. Now you have BKB on the Wind Ranger. That fight just got that much harder. Orchid for the Weaver. Why not? You know? Make this Puck and Tiny's life even more miserable.
Make the
Maybe he's just gonna
life
solo kill this
miserable.
guy.
He legitimately is going to get him close. The extra damage from the Mars makes it a whole lot easier. The Pudge is coming in from behind, focus firing Roseanne. On the other side of the map, no
It's getting one side.
corner.
Sure. I think this is probably what people expected more within the series, but I guess it got made a little spicy, you know, before Nouns turned up the heat. Now they're just running away with it here. I mean, they get their BKBs online. It's that team fight just looks impossible. The Mars one's coming out very shortly here. This Radiance for Monkeys it's gonna be a dream. He's gonna have to finish it in the next game he plays, which is probably the pub game he queues up after this one, because I don't think it's getting built in this game.
Pudge is going to have Blink Dagger soon. Got the hook on the Warlock, standing still during the upheaval. Plus 21.6 strength. He also took the 5 armor talent, which, you know, thought he was already kind of untouchable before that. Weaver Bugs will help you do Tormentor, which just makes this Weaver even stronger.
I mean, he got a Wisdom Rune, though. RCY got a Wisdom Rune in this game. They did not lose all 6 of the first 6.
Yeah, but
That's a victory right there.
they get...
And you see him laughing about it. They got him. They know it.
He gets 840 experience for himself and somebody else on his team, but they got 1,400 experience, 1,452
Whatever, man.
experience for now.
You take the
So
moral victories, you know.
you got a 200 experience value out of that.
That was an ethical Wisdom Rune. Very ethical. You can't go 0-6 on Wisdom Runes, man. That's like, it just can't happen, you know. The team's gonna be way too demoralized. So that was worth it. in my opinion.
I think you could
That's a
use
good exchange.
Yuma is gonna lose his Aegis here. I think you might need an ethical GG.
Yeah, we might be seeing one soon. Might see an ethical GG, a mercy GG.
I think it's ethical to not prolong the suffering of
I mean, Monkey
these
just wants
poor
to,
heroes involved. Zan's
That's
gonna
all that's going
die.
on. Man just won his Radiance. And he's going to keep killing Small Crew's bottom until he gets there. He don't care what's happening in this game.
One harpy at a
Man's
time.
on a mission. It's like, keep holding down the fort, guys. I'm almost done farming. Just a
Yeah,
couple
then
more
you can
camps.
have then you can have
Don't
radiance.
click my
and
gold.
That damage over time will do nothing to Pudge.
Yeah, but what about all these other heroes? Gonna do something to them.
Well, it won't do anything to the BKB heroes.
Okay, sure, but you know, these other ones could mess them up.
Maybe.
Oh no, he's gonna die. Not like
Little
this,
progress
dude.
he had. He was just about to get 1/3 of the way to that relic. They'll find that progress halted just a bit longer.
I mean, at least he's having fun with it, you know.
Dire's bottom tower is
You
under
can
attack.
shut down the brew, but you can't shut down monkeys forever.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I'll say
attack.
that much. This man is indomitable.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower.
I don't know. He's looking pretty dominable right now. Roseanne.
got
Another
the-
hook.
He's got the spirit of a TI winner. Only he's in the body of an NA pro player.
Jackaro's dead. He died to a Weaver, straight up.
Oh, God.
He did not get vessel charges, though. He had to
Okay.
go so... Oh, my
Little victory.
God. Copy hits him on the hook.
Okay.
He threw the hook before he even jumped to the orb. That was nasty.
Well, yeah, this game's over, Austin. If you didn't already understand. That's my
I did.
analysis.
I
You're
did
welcome.
understand that. Yeah, it was very clear.
Yeah, in
I
case
think,
there's anybody wondering. Yeah, this game is over now.
I mean, this is why you take the highest MMR duo, casting duo in Dota. We understand that the game is over. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, not everybody would be able to look at this game and know that Radiant is going to be victorious in the end here, but that's why you study the game for 15 years.
Yeah. So you could accurately tell the audience that the
That's right.
32-5 game is very one-sided and has no hopes of coming back. Well, Dota
I mean,
Plus gives it a 2% chance.
I was about to say, they do not give it 0. So I guess Gabe sees a world in which this 5-man wombo combo team fight somehow lands here.
Okay, so what is the Doctor Strange, 5 billion permutations? It's not this one. This is not
it wasn't
the
that.
1 in 14 billion.
That was not it. I don't know what it is, but that one was definitely not the 1 in 14 trillion universes where they make the comeback. We have ruled that one out. Okay, so there's only 13.9 trillion more to go. You know, we got rid of one, boys. It was not that one.
It turns out having every single hero inside the arena is not conducive
Yeah.
to winning a fight.
I mean, the good news is monkeys forever live, which means you're closing in on that Brewmaster Radiance. And since he sacrificed his team, that means he gets to farm the lane. So, honestly, it worked out for him. If he can do that a couple more times.
So from the lore,
Might have
it's 14,605 outcomes. So
Well, it's only 604.
14,604 to go.
I mean, that's just the strength of high ground wards, right? Don't have a lot of moves to make in this game. You got to go somewhere and
I'll scan.
vision everywhere for nouns.
Yeah, they cannot get outside of their map. It is darker and darker. They're going to go for Gunner. Gunner, who
Has no
has been
BKB.
trying to gatekeep this kind of area. He gets the spear onto the Tiny. Run down, though, by Double King. Yule Scepter gives him a little bit more time. His BKB is almost back up, but Copy's dead. Or not Copy. Double King is dead to Copy because anybody who gets in melee range of Copy is dead.
Yes, but look bottom, Austin. The brew, the Brewmaster is
He's got
ratting
it.
right now.
He's got
He's
it.
about
You
to
can't
finish
stop
it up.
him. He's
It
got
is
the
inevitable.
radiance.
It is monkeys forever is inevitable. You cannot prevent him getting his item, no matter how bad he is losing. He has played 1,000 games like this in the last year alone. Probably thousands more in his lifetime. And now he will get his fight. He will have his Radiance fight. Do or die. Rax defended here. The smoke has been popped. It's time, Austin. The
Double tier
2%.
threes.
It's down to 1%.
That's what I was about to say. Surely it was at 2% before that arena fight. Surely that was worth another percent.
Yeah, they have lost 50% of their chances in the last 2 minutes here. Another way to put that, but That raise is done. They are smoked up. They have a tiny jump. They gotta get vision somehow. Their wards are all top. Can still toss coil snap somebody here. I don't know how you find them, but it's your best chance.
No, well, I mean, you stand under this ward over here, and you'll find him soon enough. The Gunner will find you. He gets off his BKB. Arena on 3, turns around. Poor amigos have nowhere to run. They just have to stand and fight with this radiance. It's
I
very
don't think
close.
this
They're
is the
almost doing it.
simulation either.
The
I thought we already
Dream
ruled
Protector
this one out.
lost 700 HP.
Didn't we?
You're right.
We
This is
just
a
saw
repeat.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the same universe. This is the same. No, this is the same numbered universe. We just saw this and we just ruled it out. Why would you go back there again? You should have tried something different.
The Watcher showed us a replay multiverse.
God damn it. Well, it was all business today for nouns. You can say that much. They showed them
Yeah.
absolutely no mercy here. In game two.
Well,
Why
I
should
mean,
they?
the business is following Insanious lead and mispicking your hero during the draft.
I mean, hey, if you're going to do that, it's better to do it early on in the event than in the grand finals. We'll say that much. They got it out of the way. 4-man bonds. Holy smokes, it's time.
If somebody could just drop a tactical nuke.
There it is. The
Toss
combo.
back. Going for the Dream Protector. The copy is healing through the damage.
Is this the universe?
Oh no!
Is this the one?
Monkeys Forever is Radiance. He's in trouble. He's been orchided. He doesn't have his ult anyway, so it doesn't matter.
This was not the one either. Oh, they got fly. They got the gem.
Yeah, Roseanne is making a break for it, but the inevitable Pudge shows up.
What's going on in this?
You can
fountain?
hide, but you cannot run from the Pudge.
What?
42 strength, by the way. If anybody was keeping
They're all-
count.
They're only down 40,000.
It's true.
I've seen worse positions.
Yeah, name one. Oh my god, he's in the
2
fountain.
more minutes.
Kill the beast. No, he
bought a Ghost Scepter.
He bought a Ghost Scepter. Keep him in. Keep him in. He's dead.
Oh.
Holy
Oh.
shit. There were so many
Easy.
heroes. You can't even see the bounty for it. It's 2048 and what?
I mean, it's time. It's time. This is the turnaround. Never mind. Get the hell out.
There's 2 of them. There's 2 of the Pudges and he's not even here yet. All right. RCY trying to prevent being team wiped again. We'll get back to his fountain. Pudge could copy could buy back at any time.
Thought you had me, didn't you?
Get the gem out
RCY
of it.
trying to bait them to come closer to the fountain so that Double King could buy back and die. And die back.
Hey, man, they never GG'd, though.
It's true.
Gotta give them that. They fought it to the end.
It's
They
true.
went out swinging. They got the radiance. That unfortunately, for 4 amigos, they will drop down here.